This is their dorsal fin. Here is the anal fin. This is one their operculum. Here is the pelvic fin, and this one is a caudal fin. Here you can see the pectoral fin. That we need to cut this operculum using a scalpel. Take note to be very careful to cut this operculum. To make it easier to cut, I use a scissor. Cut until you can see her gills. So here's the fish gills. To see the internal organ, we need to cut straight line from the level of the pelvic until the mid-ventral line. Then cut from the pelvic fin until the anus. Then to open more wide, we cut from here using a scissor. By using a scalpel, then cut away the skin and muscle of abdominal wall. To make it easier, we can also cut using a scissor. Now we can see the organ.
Okay, so now let's dive into the internal organs of the fish. First, let's take a look at the heart. It's not really visible because it's already bleeding, but here's the first part. It's white. It's the duodenum. It's a segment attached to the intestine. Here's the gonad. As you can see, it's large and it's yellow, so that indicates that this is a female fish. Yeah, there's a pair of gonads actually. That's how it is. Here's the liver of the fish, the fleshy liver of the fish, right where it's supposed to be. And as you can see, the gonads are clearly filled with visible eggs. Okay, here's the gill of the fish. The white V-shape is the gill arc. And now we can take a better look at the heart of the fish. Yeah, it's right there. It's small, located at the top of the liver and in darker color. So there's the duodenum. Okay, now let's take a closer look at the gonads of the fish, okay? As you can see, it's large. And that indicates that this female fish is probably approaching its spawning season. That's why it's filled with eggs. And here is the coiled intestine. Yeah, the coils of intestines, and it's greenish in color of this fish, connected to the duodenum. And yeah, basically that's it, the intestines all together. And here we have it, the internal major organs of the fish.
Next, I will be explaining about the structure and functions of fish organs. First, we have gills. Gills are branching organs with many blood capillaries. Their primary purposes is to exchange gases, in example, take dissolved oxygen from water and release carbon dioxide. Next, we have two-chambered heart, which consists of one atrium to receive blood and one ventricle to pump blood throughout the body. Next, we have esophagus. Esophagus is an expandable structure layered with muscle so that large food from mouth can pass through esophagus and went to the stomach. The stomach shape can be straight or curved, depends on the fish diet. In stomach, food is further digested, and in many fish, it has the finger-shaped pouches called pyloric sacae, which secrete digestive enzyme and absorb nutrients. Next, we have kidney. Kidney is located towards the very middle of the fish. The fish kidney involved in secretion and regulation of the water balance within the fish. And lastly, we have gonads. Male fishes usually have a pair of testes that produce sperm, while female fishes have a pair of ovaries that produce eggs.
So I briefly introduce three parts of fish histology. The first one is gill histology. The gill arch is a curved bony structure from which radiate double rows of paired primary filaments. Each of these primary lamella has a series of secondary lamella located perpendicular. The secondary lamella consist of overlapping or interdistating squamous epithelials, usually one layer thick, supported and separated by pedicels. The next one is the skin histology. The skin of fishes is composed of two layers, the epidermis and the dermis. The thickness of the epidermis is varies greatly depending on individuals. The mucus secreting cells are found in the epidermis of all fish, which are goblet cells. The skin zone between the epidermis and the underlying muscle is composed of two layers of elaborate arrays of connective tissue. Melanocytes are in the layer of basal cells at the deepest part of the epidermis, which can produce pigment melanin. The next one is the stomach histology. The mucosa of the cardiac stomach consists of surface and gastric epithelium, which is made up of a single layer of columnar epithelial cells, and the gastric epithelium consists of gastric glands. The submucosa is made up of thick fibers of connective tissue innervated with blood vessels. The muscular consists of the outer longitudinal and an inner thick cellular muscle layer. So that's all.